There it goes. All right, everyone. Welcome back. As you can see, it is foggy out. We got a few people in the chats today. This is Seattle Sanctuary as usual. Um, we need to do a little bit of farming. But as you can see, everything's covered in fog, and um, Biddy's telling me to be worried about the fog spiders. And I'm sure they're around, but I haven't seen any just yet. Thankfully, my area is pretty doggone wide open. So, to start with, let's go ahead. I grabbed nine meat and 9 corn. We don't really have a whole lot else that we can make food into, but as you can see, we now just went into fasting. So we're going to want to make some meals because that's going to go away pretty quick. So we're going to use the carving knife, and we're going to go onto the wood scraps. We're going to get some kindling, but we're going to focus our efforts in the mine today. We got a new player, Aspen. Welcome to the server. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this the easy way. Sorry, Biddy. I don't much care for the right-click method. I prefer the crafting window. I know. You got your way. I got mine. We're going to get a couple of these going here. All I need is 2 kindling. There we go. So now we can close that, and we're going to combine the kindling. Okay, so that's done. We're going to grab our rake, and don't mind me, I'm actually just going to go ahead and close the inventory window for a minute so that we can see what we're doing here. Okay, that is intended, so it needs to be farmed. And we're just going to go row by row. And these say they're almost ripe. That's fine by me. And of course, that's just grass. That's where the corn was, and then that's where the strawberries were. We got more strawberries. Or no, I'm sorry. I think that was where the cucumbers were, or something. We're just gonna farm all these up so that they're ready to grow. And as you can see, the fog's starting to lift. It was nasty here a minute ago, but the fog tends to dissipate pretty quickly. And until we get, ooh, that one's all sorts of wonky. Look at that. Until we get more wemp, we can't really do a whole lot in regards to the cordage rope, which is what we need. And until we get cotton, which you can see is not ripe yet, it hasn't popped white on the top. Um, we can't do these strings of cotton. We need the strings of cotton for for the squares of cotton, or squares of cloth. I'm sorry. Cloth squares, or whatever the heck they're called. But we're just gonna keep moving. Get all this farmed up so it's ready to roll. They're talking about, well, Biddy's trying to help Aspen, um, and they're chit chatting. They're talking about how Morph is the big hunter on the server, but be careful of him because he's going to get you in trouble. Honestly, I think Morph's probably enjoying the conversation, but I don't think he's that big of trouble. Oh shit! When you need pelts, he'll have them, which is relatively true. Morph has offered pelts to people before, as he goes out and he does a bunch of hunting, and typically has a an abundance. And he's trying to help people out on the server as well. You know, part of what I like about this community is everybody's. I mean, it's not about who can be the richest or who's got the biggest castle or it's everyone is starting from scratch and everyone's pretty much for the most part willing to help everybody else. um, it's not necessarily always about who can have bigger, better, faster. um, it's hey, I've got a little excess, do you need some? And that's a community that I'm actually proud to be a part of. Sure, I run around with Alpha here and there and check on people, make sure they got enough food, and because I don't want people struggling to get through everything. Is you know, they're already struggling enough, so why not give them a hand? And it doesn't really hurt anything if hey, if you need a little bit of food, here you go. Hey, look at that. Nice, neat rows, Biddy. Look at that. Hey, why are you guys wonky? That's just weird. My pumpkin rows are wonky, but everything else is nice, neat rows. I don't get that. That is really odd to me. Okay, so now we can put our rake back. The fog is pretty much gone now, and we can put the carving knife back. There we go. We're not going to need those. We're going to run over here. Well, yeah. Run in worm is a relative term. You don't really get to run in worm, and there is no sprint button. It's too bad I'm not much of a coder. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been doing programming for a number of years, but just I'm not a Java scripter. I never have been. Now I know how to read Java, but as far as the learning the programming language and everything, not been one of my strong suits. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to have kindling in our inventory. We need to activate the wood scrap or flint and steel. Then you right click. You're supposed to be able to right click. Burn, repair, okay. Well, that didn't work. Let's try having. Am I not close enough? Well, first of all, it needs to be secured. Interesting. So it's not allowing me to ignite the furnace. So you have to have flint and steel, apparently. But in theory, you're supposed to have kindling in your inventory and wood scraps, or I'm sorry, kindling in your inventory and flint and steel activated. Right click on the forge and then left click on ignite. And it's not allowing me to. Wonder if I can just hit burn. You know what? Let's try it. Burn. Forge is not burning. It's too poor quality to be secured. Oh, what's my quality? I didn't even check that. 6.27. Could be improved with rock shards. We don't have rock shards that high a quality. I mean, we've got a few, but um, okay. Well, maybe if we put the kindling in here. Nope. All right. So option two. Um, Steel and flint. We need a steel lump and we need flint. I believe we actually do have a chunk of flint. If we don't, we have a rock face mountain that we just forage on the tiles, and eventually we're going to find a piece of flint, trust me. The steel lump, however, requires charcoal and iron lumps. Well, we don't have charcoal either. We've got the iron lumps, so let's look up charcoal. For information about crafting a charcoal pile. Sorry. Black sooty charcoal can be obtained as a byproduct of butchering or by crafting a charcoal pile. Now, by butchering, they mean lava spiders, hell horses, hellhounds, that sort of thing. Not your regular creatures. Or by crafting a charcoal pile. For information about crafting a charcoal pile, search the crafting recipes interface. So, we're going to search for charcoal, which will give us the charcoal pile. Charcoal pile needs kindling and a log to start it. Then you need 20 more logs and a dirt. And typically it takes 4 to 5 days, from my experience, for that to burn down, which isn't a bad thing. Let me pull up Wormpedia real quick, and I will read you something. Okay. Hellhounds, lava fiends, and lava spiders. There we go. Charcoal pile. A large kiln-like structure made from logs covered in dirt. The purpose is to turn the logs into tar and charcoal. The charcoal pile is a large structure made of logs and dirt and lit up with a kindling. When it burns, it slowly creates charcoal, tar, and ash. And we could use the ash. The quality of the kindling affects the chance of creating a charcoal pile. The maximum quality of a charcoal pile is limited by the average quality of the raw materials. The coal making skill, however, affects how much each added ingredient actually adds to the pile's quality. And we have literally zero coal making skill. Well, I guess one. We've got one. It uses one kindling and one log to create. Piles cannot be created or continued inside a house and cannot be improved. The usage. After finishing the pile, light it with your flint and steel and a kindling in your inventory. Once lit, the pile will produce charcoal, tar, and ash of the initial quality of the pile. Production of these materials occurs whenever a decay tick increases the pile's damage. These products can be removed at any time without harm to further production. The pile will burn for 1 to 6 real-life days until it reaches 100 damage. At this time, the pile will disappear and all remaining products will form an item pile, on the ground. My eyes were jumping and I missed the whole word item there. The pile will disappear and all remaining products will form an item pile on the ground. The higher the quality of pile, the higher the quality of its products, and the longer the pile will burn, hence more items produced as well. And there's an example here. Battle Pants test for the approximation of pile quality and number of produce. Well, to me, number of produce sounds like somebody went to the grocery store and they went to the fruits and vegetables area. But 29.75 quality level, birch pile produced 17 charcoals, while a 56.58 birch pile produced 30 charcoals, and a 46.01 quality level walnut pile produced 25 charcoals. I don't believe it actually matters what the type of wood is. So whether it's birch, cedar, walnut, whatever, I think it's just going on the quality level, which makes sense to me, because roughly 30 is giving you 17, roughly 55 is giving you 30, and roughly 45 is giving you 10 less at 25. So, or giving you 5 less at 25. Which means it's basically, with basic math, that's 2.5 quality level per 1 charcoal. So if you're at 30, well, it's not quite that, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, light as soon as possible. Unlit piles will quickly start to take invisible damage until lit, which is when the damage then becomes apparent. Products are then produced with the effective quality of the pile at the time of lighting. A single charcoal, ash, and tar is produced at each decay tick. Wood type affects production. Apparently it does. This is under the notes section, guys. Cedarwood piles burn slower due to their decay tick mechanic, but produce the same amount as non-special wood type. Oaken wood piles produce more materials as they take less decay per tick and thus have more ticks. Walnut piles give a 10% bonus on the quality of the items it produces. Other wood types have no effect on their burn time or charcoal production. The last log added determines the wood type of the pile. Making 20 piles from discovery without sleep bonus will net around 24 coal making skill, and that's on the discovery server. That's not on Seattle Sanctuary. Per testing, decay of items produced by the charcoal pile will start in approximately 2 to 3 days if left inside the active producing pile. Removal of items and then placement back inside, however, may nullify this decay-free period. So basically, if you've got ash and charcoal and tar inside, and you leave it in there for 2 to 3 days, that's when they start to decay. What it's saying is if you choose to check your pile, open it up, and remove those items, and then put them back inside, it seems to possibly nullify this decay-free period. So you don't have to wait for that 2 to 3 days. If after a couple of hours of playing, you go check on it and you notice, hey, I've got a piece of tar, and you pull it out, but you don't really want to hold on to it for now, and you decide you're going to put it back in, it's not going to wait that 2 or 3 days. It's probably going to just nullify the decay-free period, which means it's going to start decaying right away. It is possible to create a rare charcoal pile. A rare pile will then burn slightly longer and has the ability to randomly produce a number of rare charcoal, rare ash, and rare tar. Charcoal piles cannot be improved. All charcoal piles fully and completely occupy one tile and, despite wood type, visually appear the same. So it doesn't matter if it's walnut wood or birch wood, cedar wood, whatever. They're all going to look the exact same. They all occupy one full tile, and a rare charcoal pile has a possibility of producing rare charcoal, ash, or tar, or all three, or just two of the three. Having rare charcoal, ash, or tar, to me, doesn't really matter so much until you get more into building the more complex items. The more complex the item is, the more the rarity comes into effect. If it's literally just two items and one of them's let's say a rare ash and rare water, or what, or rare ash and a thing of water to make simple concrete, it's not going to make rare concrete. It's too simple. You have to have items that are a bit more complex than that. So having, Biddy was talking in one of her videos a couple of days ago. I'm going to go ahead and close that and go back to the game. Okay, so Biddy was talking a few days ago about having rare dirts, and honestly, I'm in agreement with her. The dirt simply doesn't matter. So yeah, we're going to just put that in there. Yeah, so we have a flint. It's one flint, but we have one. Um, and I'm actually going to switch. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to ignore the server, but I'm ignoring the server. Okay, so we'll close that. Yeah, so we have no way of lighting the forge at the moment. So let's try to rectify that. I was going to end up doing a bunch of um, mining today, but we need a charcoal pile so that we can make flint and steel. So we're going to go back here and we're going to hack up a couple of these um, oak trees. I know we still got a bunch of digging to do, and we got there's so many things to do. And see, from my perspective, that looks like perfectly fine grass. Why can't this look like that? It's easier to see stuff in. But no, it's gotta all pop in like this. Okay, so we're gonna. Hey, the cart did not follow us. Doggone it. Well, you know what? We're gonna, since it didn't follow us, we're gonna come down here. Oh, we still need it. Well, shoot. That's all right. We're gonna make a fire out here instead. I was gonna work in the mine today, but apparently that's not gonna be an option. So we need. What do we need? We need the carving knife. That's gonna end up getting burned. Okay. So close that. We gotta go over here. We're gonna open this. We're gonna pull out wood scrap. Okay, let's get 10 of them. Open that, and we're gonna combine 10. Hey. Carving knife and crafting window. Grab a swig of coffee real quick. Ah. Okay, now we can combine those. So this is kind of how worm works, guys. Sometimes you are able to do exactly what you want to do, and other times you kind of end up with a big middle finger. Um, oh, okay. Um, so we're just going to put that right here, I guess. This tile? No, let's do this tile. Try again. Poof! And Bob's your uncle. Open this, grab the log. Guess I could have opened that and thrown the log in there. Okay, now it's already got 90 damage, so it's not going to take very much before it actually starts to burn. We don't have enough there, so let's just go ahead and try Biddy's way one time. Nope. Try it once more. Okay, now we can combine these two. So we've got some kindling for the next time, and we'll actually put those in here. So we've got them. That gives us kindling and wood scraps for the next fire, which we're going to need for the charcoal pile. That's heating up. So while that's heating up, we're going to close that. We're going to close this. And we're going to run back over the mine because, cart got stuck and all. But as you notice, I mean, there's still quite a few animals, but the numbers are dwindling. So I think we're probably getting closer. And we might already be there to the number that I had already set. Um, but we're going to give it. I say we'll give it another week and see where the numbers are at that point. Okay, and drag. It's not going to let me drag. Oh, because it's in the mine. Drag. Okay, let's try this. Push. See, that's why I got to get this fixed. It keeps getting stuck right there because it's so deep. All right, well, I guess what I'm going to end up having to do is bring Alpha over here to pull the cart out because it's stuck and we just won't bring the cart back over. Every once in a while, things just don't go your way. And today seems to be that day. Let's see. What did I come over here for? Oh, that's right. I came here for this. We need the pottery bowls. And we can open this up and we can put the smelting pot in there because we don't necessarily need it in this pile. Okay, close that, close that. But we do need those pottery bowls. See if it's going to let us push it out. Cannot push the large cart into the wall. Do you guys see a wall right there? I see a floating cart. So I drag, stop dragging, drag, stop dragging. Yeah, it's not allowing me to do anything. So I may end up, I don't know. It's that in that weird spot that's between the cave and not in the cave. Kind of would like to have my cart. You enter the cave, drag. Oh. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about it right now. That kind of sucks, but alright. So we're gonna get this food going, and I guess we're gonna start over here with at the end of the deed and work on the charcoal pile over there because we absolutely do need a flint and steel. And I guess I can't just use wood scraps any longer. It is that time where I conform to the real world and deal with the pressures of society. Modernize this character. Make sure I've got a flint and steel to light a fire, because God forbid if you don't have the Bic brand flint and steel, or maybe it's the Zippo brand. I don't know. So Biddy doesn't get her wish. Yeah, I watched her video earlier, as I do every day, or at least I try to. Um, and she mentioned that she hopes that I don't forget that the forge can be used for cooking as well, so I could do away with the campfire. Yes, it can. But the downside to that is if you use a forge, um, excuse me, hiccup. If you use a forge to cook on, um, you're limited to what you can cook. Now, granted, we're only cooking breakfasts and casseroles at the moment, so we are not hindered in any way in that regard. And B, it adds 10 to the difficulty. So, um, can I bring it up? I don't know if it's going to show. Let's see. Okay, here's bacon. I don't know what the. Let's see. It's not going to show. Yeah, it doesn't show what the difficulty is. But hypothetically, let's say we're going to make some bacon on a campfire. Maybe it's a difficulty of, uh, say, 8. Um, on a forge, that would be an 18. Well, if I've only got a skill of, say, 5, it's going to be a whole lot easier to cook on the campfire than it is in the forge. I could easily end up with just breakfast. Um, I don't know what the failure thing is for cooking, or if it just means that it takes a lot longer, or exactly how that works. I am not the expert when it comes to cooking stuff in this game, but these are okay. Those are going to take another minute or so, so we're going to leave them alone, and we are going to. Wow, that orange tree popped up pretty quick, didn't it? Well, I planted it a little bit ago. Interesting. Let's see. Let's examine. A very old orange tree. Hmm. Alrighty then. Hatchet. Okay. Where is... So we're going to go over here. And I think we're going to target that tree, that tree, and this one. And this one is going to be our first target right here. So we're going to chop her down. That's number 3. We're going to destroy the stump. Wow. Examine. Very old. Okay. That's why. Okay. So we are going to destroy the stump because I don't like stumps. They're an eyesore. And there are 2 different ways you can destroy a stump that I'm aware of. One is with your shovel. You dig the tile and it immediately disappears, or you can bash it. Now I do have the timers, the timer fix, or excuse me, active timer fix mod uh, running on this server. So bashing and a few others that are supposed to be part of that timer, somehow when you adjust the active timer settings in your settings file, they don't actually take effect on certain things. And they're supposed to. This mod actually just fixes that. It doesn't do a doggone thing elsewise. Okay, so we got 7 logs here. So we'll leave those there. Quality level 1.7. We've got 1 log that's decent quality. That doesn't matter. We're going to chop them up anyway, and we're going to like it. I mean, use them. Yeah, that's it. Oak tree. Chop this one down. And we're going to examine this one too. This one's very old. Bash this stump. And when we run back, since we're going to chop down another one anyway, I am not too far away. Don't give me that. I'm literally standing on top of you. We'll go ahead and grab the shovel so I can show you the other one because it doesn't really matter. Chop this one up. Okay. We're doing check this. So open that one up. We got we got half the stack. That's almost 6.5. Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run over here. Actually, we don't have that much weight. So let's grab what we can. Take 5. Oof. That's 120. We're just going to put them right here at the edge. We're not going to go to that tile. That's where we're going to make it. We're going to go into this tile and drop these. Okay, now we can open, or, well, actually, now we can take that one and take this one. That should be it there, right? Yeah, okay. We're going to put them in here. Now, what was the point in moving them one tile? Easy. If we're working here, this tile here, this is where our charcoal pile is going to be, then I want to be able to have this open and working on it, but also have this open so I can just keep dragging and combining instead of having to carry everything everywhere. That's kind of why I wanted the cart, but you know, so to make things a little bit faster, we're going to open this. There's 7 here, so we're going to take the first 4. And we're going to move slow, but not as slow. We're going to see if we can keep this open. Nope. Nope. We're at that weird spot. Okay. Open this. We're going to throw this in there. Yeah. It's that weird spot where you're just kind of in the middle. It's a little bit too far away to have them both open. But I am all about shifting and shucking. And if I can get away with having this one open and be working 2 tiles away and have that one open and work two tiles away and have that one open to be able to combine into a central spot, I'm going to do it. Because I'm lazy that way. Okay, our breakfast is probably done. So we're going to eat those real quick. We're going to grab a drink of water. And if I recall right, it said we needed 20 logs for the additional. And 1 to start, plus kindling, plus a couple of dirts, and all that good stuff. Okay, take the breakfast. Oops, let's go ahead and open these up as well. We're going to take that breakfast. We're going to take this breakfast, and we're going to eat these. And we're going to take a corn. We're actually going to move the campfire a lot closer. And hope that we can get all this stuff in here before it starts to cook. Okay, looks like we did. Now, I can close this, and it's going to keep eating while I'm moving. Are we going to get a whole lot out of it? Nope. But that's okay. We got 6 more that we're going to be able to get. Okay. Now, we can come back over here. We don't need the carving knife at the moment. We can open this up. We can drop that off. And we can take... yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. We can take the crude shovel. A shovel's a shovel's a shovel at this point. Okay, so we're going to go back up here. There's our log pile. So it's these 2 here that we're going to be working with, because they are the 2 closest. We may even go for that one there, but we'll see what we can get out of this guy. Remember, this border right here is the end of our deed. So if you watch the events, we're on our deed here. We're off here. Okay? So anything that happens out here, the guard's not going to come and save us. Oak tree. And this one's probably very old too. Yep. but that's okay. I don't mind very old oak trees. That just means this is going to be an oak pile, so the decay per tick will be less, which means we'll get more ticks out of it. We're not really too worried about how many ticks we get or what goes on. We're just more concerned with, okay, we're more concerned with getting the ash that we need and getting um, the charcoal that we need. We need ash for concrete, by the way, because we're going to try to fix that mine entrance. All right, so we have all of, where'd they go? Oh, they're right there. Let's inspect the pile. Oh, okay, take that one. Take that one. Where are the rest? Probably under this. Yep, right there. Open this up. So we got 8 logs out of that. Those are garbage quality. Those are garbage quality. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and throw a third one on there. We're going to get this transported over. And then I will show you exactly what I was talking about with the shovel. Drop those. That's 17. Ooh, wrong way. That'll give us 22. Yeah, I know we're going to crawl. Okay, so rather than do all that, let's go ahead and show you what I was talking about. Crude shovel. Grass. Grass. Come on. Grass. 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 So what we want is the tile that it's sitting on. Dig it. Poof. Stump gone. That's it. It's gone. No stump. No nothing. It's just gone. So either method will work. You get 0 skill for bashing. You get a small amount of skill for digging. So, your choice. You don't have to dig them out, but if you're going to get skill gain anyway, look at that. We got 0.006556 skill for digging a stump. Is it worth it? Well, it depends. Are you trying to get your digging skill up as well as your um, lumberjacking? Then it might be worth it. It's kind of not as productive, but it's kind of like prospecting while you're mining. You can utilize one particular tool to get the job done, and in this case, you can use a second tool to get another skill up to still do the same job when you don't really have anything else to do. I mean, you're just going to damage your tools either way. So why not get some skill out of it? There we go. Now we can open and we can dump these in there. Look at that. We got 22. Now, let's open this back up. We need 1 kindling, 2 dirt to start the charcoal pile. Well, look at that. Hey, we already have one dirt. Let's get a second one. That's flat. That's one slope up. Interesting. One slope down. That's two slopes up. Not that it really matters much here, but okay. So if you notice, 3 is not dig this time. 3 is pack. 4 is dig. But if we go over here, oh, no, that's the same thing. At certain times, it'll tell you that 3 is dig, and at other times, it'll tell you 4 is dig. So be cautious. And I know OBD Gaming and I say this quite a bit, but it's something to keep in mind. You don't want to accidentally be hitting the wrong key, and we've done it multiple times. I know I've been out trying to terraform, and before you know it, I've got, instead of hitting my dig button, I'm packing the dirt or what have you, or they switch the buttons around on me, or, it's irritating. Okay, so we're going to open this. We're going to drop the 2 dirts in there. Okay, we don't need the shovel anymore unless we're going to make a second one. And I don't think we're going to. I think this is what's going to be the episode today, is making this charcoal pile. We did our farming. We're doing some hot food cooking. Biddy. Out of our campfire, because, we're kind of forced to at the moment. So we're going to open this. We got 3 more breakfasts to consume. So we're going to take that and that one and that one, and we're going to eat these. Not going to get a lot out of them, but we're going to eat them. You do get more nutrition out of hot foods, just so you guys are aware. You get less nutrition out of raw, or I'm sorry, out of cooked foods that have gone cold, and you get almost no nutrition out of raw. So we are getting some. We'll let that cook. We're good on water at the moment. We're going to open this. We're going to put the shovel back in there. We need the carving knife again. And we need the wood scraps. We're going to open the crafting window. We're going to put the wood scraps in. And the carving knife. Now it says we need 1. But it also says that the quality level of that 1 determines whether or not creation is successful. So we're going to make a few of them. And we're going to combine them. Let's see, the kindling that's popping out is literally a 1. And this is out of, oh, well, it's because it's quality level 1 wood scraps. So I guess that does matter. Let's make a little bit more. There we go. We'll cancel those out. We'll close that out. We're going to open this. Combine those. And we're going to put the wood scraps back in here. We're going to put the carving knife back in here. We don't need the hatchet anymore. So we put that back in there. Close that. Those are still cooking. So here we go. Oh, my knives increased. Alrighty. So we need a log. We're going to open this. We need a log and we need a kindling. We have the logs. We're going to sort by quality level. Again, we're going to take a higher end log. Not that it matters too much, But if we take a higher end log or higher quality level log, we might actually have a better, slightly better chance at actually creating this. The first one failed. Okay, watch the kindling because we're at 4.5. Looks like we're just taking damage. Oaken log is taking damage. Oh, okay. Well, now we can just grab the two dirts and we can put those in there. And this is the unfinished. We'll add it to the crafting window. So we're not dealing with the kindling anymore. We need the dirts and the logs. We'll just go ahead and add the logs, or I'm sorry, add the dirts. And we'll start grabbing logs and throwing those in there. There's one. I do try to at least get one thing completely accomplished each video. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but I do try to at least get something accomplished. So like I said, today we're going to try to get this charcoal pile done. No guarantees we're going to be successful, but we're going to try. Oh, that was a failure. Got a couple of failures in there. So tonight my little buddy's not in here with me. Mr. decided that he wanted to stay out with Mom. Oops. Why are you? Event. Event! Contains too little material. What? Oh, you're going to be that kind of a booger? Okay, so these logs are no longer any good. That means I'm going to have to go over here. One tile away. And we're going to drop these on the ground right here. They've contained too little material. That means they are nothing but firewood at this point. Or kindling, or wood scraps, or pegs, um, handles, shafts, planks, whatever I can get out of them. But they're not going to work for this. This requires full logs apparently, so we're probably going to need to, unless those were just too small. I don't know. They might have been the little scraps. Um, yeah, because it looks like it's not actually taking off the weight. It's just damaging them out. So those may have been the little scraps. That's okay. That just means we need to go get a couple more logs, which is fine. We'll finish this load right here. We still have 10 here, but we'll go and grab those two breakfasts and the hatchet again. We can drop off the kindling. It's all about keeping your weight down into manageable areas, but as you can see, we're gaining mind logic. Not a lot, but a little bit, and that's a huge thing. Mind logic is very vital in Worm at the beginning, along with body stamina and body strength. Um, Strength will determine how much stuff you can carry. Stamina is that green bar right there. So the higher your stamina, the more actions you can do, or the longer you can do them, I should say. Um, and then mind logic is your action cues here. Okay. Um, Mind logic is also required for. Um, I My mind is failing me right now, but I believe it's nautical commanding. So being the commander of different boats, whereas body control is for um, being able to ride on like horses and stuff. And I could be wrong, but I'm going to look that up here in a minute. There we go. There's that last one. We still have 10 more to go, so we're going to go ahead and bail out real quick. We're going to run over here. Open this, and we're going to drop the kindling. Pick up the hatchet. We're going to go, oh, we're going to this one. You can close. Open this. We're going to take out the pottery bowls because they don't need to cook any longer. We're going to eat that one. We're going to eat that one. We're going to eat that one. We're going to close the campfire. Open this one back up. As soon, yeah, there we go. There's one of them. We can drop that one in there. Where we at? 39% so far. Oh, there's 40. Still no calories, carbs, fats, or protein. Oh, hey, I got a protein. 1% protein. Biddy, I got me a protein. The first time for everything, right? Other than, of course, in when you first start, um, especially on this server, you start off in North Point, and um, you have access to the the Joel board, which gives you everything, 100% everything, or well, 99%, I guess. So you're full on food, you're full on water, you're full on your nutrition, you're full on uh, calories, carbs, fats, and proteins. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, doggone it. I forgot the shovel. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just bash this one down too, and then I can show you the damage. Okay, we're at 4.12. Let's examine. Okay, it doesn't actually say, but it's 4.12 damage right there. So let's bash this. 4.29, 4.46. So 0.34 damage just to bash down a tree stump. Um, some people would consider that pretty substantial damage to a vital tool. So I think it might be better to just damage out, if you have a crude shovel, for example, damage the shovel out. Who cares? It's just a dirt. Yeah, there's another one of those low quality ones. Okay, so let's take the first three. We're going to end up going back and forth a couple of times anyway, so may as well make it a little bit speedier. We can't actually combine them with this unless we're in the neighborhood of it, so we may as well not even try. So we're going to open this up and we're going to drop these in there. We're going to go back over here, right there. And we're going to grab these three. Oop. We're going to go back over here. We're going to drop this one in that other pile. That one right there. See how it's not a 24 weight? Means it won't accept it. Okay, now we are back on point. So this one can be opened and we can drop this in there. And then we can close that one and then this one can be opened. We've got all those there. So we're going to take as many as we can. And we're going to add this whole thing to that and we're going to keep going. We've only got 12 more to put in. So, and we are, yeah, we're a little bit over what our target time typically is. I try to keep these at roughly an hour, but if you've watched my videos before, if you've watched Old BD Gaming's videos before, Worm is one of those games where if you are flat out saying, hey, at this amount of time, that's it, you're probably not going to end up getting very far. Now, I do know some streamers that they'll get on and they'll just do live streams for, 3 hours, 5 hours, half a day, whatever. They don't really talk a whole lot. I mean, they talk here and there, but Old BD Gaming and I like to explain what we're doing. And at the same time, just like she does on her Westlake videos, I run the Ironman series the exact same way. What you see in those two video series, Ironman and Westlake, is exactly how the game is. Nothing's being cut out, no jumping around. You get to see. I took this idea from a video that I saw that she had. She put her skills up here, and it just so happens that you can actually have all of the skills listed to include the body and the mind. Not so much the soul, but every once in a while we can open up the soul so you can take a look. But everything else it's literally right there, so you're able to watch it as we go through it. But if you're gonna play the game, I honestly feel, regardless of what game it is, you need to be able to see what the game actually entails. You need a good, accurate assessment of what the game looks like, not just a 3-minute video featuring the highlights. I was watching a few videos for Rust earlier, and Rust was a game that I was interested in for a little while. So I ended up downloading it and playing the game is a lot different than these videos. A lot of the videos that I was watching anyway either deal with minimalist base building or they deal with running around shooting people. And that's it. There's not a whole lot of videos showing you how difficult it is to find some of the resources or, um, the ins and outs of everything or how long it takes you to travel from one place to another. Sure, there is a big difference between Rust and Worm in the sense that Rust, you can have, I think it's, and I could be completely wrong in this, but I think you can have somewhere between 6 and 10 sleeping bags posted up different places around the world, along with a bed in your base, um, that you can, if you die, you can just port to any one of them. Worm, you kind of, I mean, you got your bed, sure. You got a tent for when you're out running around, but you're not going to carry around 6 or 8, 10 tents to throw them down. Um, in Rust, you can literally throw together a sleeping bag in seconds and throw it down on the ground. Everything's modular building. So very similar to Rust in that, or I'm sorry, to Worm in that regard. Um, this log, it doesn't matter what the heck material it's made out of. It looks like this exact log, regardless of what kind of wood it actually is. Um, that's what I mean by modular building. It's the same. If you build a log style cabin, it's going to be a log style cabin, and once you put the walls together, that's precisely what it's going to look like. You don't really move it around much, and in Worm, everything snaps to a tile. Biddy was doing, or I'm sorry, she is still doing the Infected series. And some of that, apparently, according to at least one or two of her videos, you have the option to turn off the snapping. So you can place things a little bit differently. Now, I don't know if that applies to everything, but I know it applies to a portion of the stuff. We can do the same thing in here. If I didn't want this log pile where it dropped it, I could actually place it. Um, I mean, oh, no, I guess I'm not close enough. Well, let me do this. Oh, there we go. Move, place. I can literally move it. It might take a few seconds, but it will move it if I wanted it to. Let's put that last one in there. We're going to switch this over. We need one doggone log to finish. And that wasn't the log. I told you, I try to finish up at least one project each time. And I'm not going to stop the video now, even though we're a few minutes over, because we're, at this point, because we literally only have the one log. So now, why are we moving so slow? Oh, it's because we still have 3 logs on us. Okay. I got it. But there's our charcoal pile. Okay, so now we need to light it. So we may as well take these 3 logs over here. We're going to kill that window. We're going to kill our inventory window. I have a horse. And it looks like a sheep. The horse is actually in my garden. The sheep looks like he's, or she. Yeah. Looks like she's considering going into my garden. Hey, hey, you stop that. That's my food, not yours. I'm watching you. None of these animals are mine on this deed. None of them. I have not branded any of them. I don't have a pen for any of them. I'm not worried about any of them just yet. I'm worried about that food because, I could probably still use that food. And it looks like he's over near my cotton and my wimp, so yeah, I definitely don't need him eating that. Okay, open that. Open the inventory. We're going to dump these logs so we're not chained to the ground anymore. We're going to take the wood scraps. We're going to take... we'll take this one. No, no, we'll take this one because that gives us 2 attempts. Or, well, 2 fires. Okay, we don't need the hatchet anymore, so that can go in there. All right, let's... Now, I know this did work over on the Mythmore server. I know it did. Actually, no. Come to think of it, I think I may have lit that one um, with flint and steel. But I have kindling in my inventory. We're activating the wood scrap. Right click. No. No. Yeah, it's not going to let me. Hmm. I don't understand. Supposed to be able to ignite. Maybe if I put the kindling in it? Cannot put the kindling in it, huh? I don't know how I'm going to have flint and steel if I can't make flint and steel. Because I need charcoal. Give me 1 second here. We're going to see if we can look this sucker up, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay. Steel and flint is a tool used to light campfires, candles, charcoal piles, forges, lamps, lanterns, ovens, and torches. The quality of the flint affects success chance when creating. The quality of the steel lump affects the quality of the finished flint and steel, or steel and flint. Neither the flint nor the steel lump need to be glowing hot to begin creation. To light something up, activate um, the steel and flint, right click the item you want to light up and select light. To snuff a candle, lamp, lantern, or torch, right click it and select snuff. Also, a 50 quality version of this item is included in the beginner tool pack on most servers. That's the in parentheses. It's not actually on Wormpedia, but I'm telling you on most servers. Not on this server. I can't recall what quality level you get on Seattle Sanctuary, but you do get flint and steel to start with. I chose to get, or yeah, steel and flint. I chose to get rid of it specifically for the Ironman Saga. This steel and flint is kept upon PvE death. Use of the steel and flint to ignite, or use, yeah, Use of the flint and steel to ignite any kind of fire gives fire making skill. Okay, so let's look up fire making skill. Talks about campfires using wood scrap. Um, oh, oh. Okay. Hey guys, we have an option. We do have an option. So let's go ahead and do that. I know we're over on time. I'm sorry. It's roughly a half hour past, but we have an option. Let me show you what Wormpedia said to do. Okay, we're going to take the wood scrap, activated, right click kindling, create campfire. Okay, poof, there's our campfire. Now, it says we have about 10 minutes. Okay, so now we can open this up, and this requires watching the wood scrap. So we're just going to let it sit here for a minute. All right. We're going to wait for it to get hot. Before it gets too hot, we're just going to let it get hot. Okay, what's it at now? Very warm. And that's the yellow little dot. So it's only very warm at the moment. And it will stay very warm for a little bit. The longer you let it stay at a certain temperature, the longer it will stay at that temperature. Now, if I had pulled this out as soon, let's pretend this is a lump of iron. If I pulled it out as soon as it said it was glowing hot, it would not be glowing hot seconds later. If I left it in there for a minute or so, um, then it would stay glowing hot for a little bit. So it gives me time to work on it. Okay, now it's hot. We're pulling it out. Okay? We don't need the campfire anymore. We're coming over here. We're activating this light. Ha ha ha. Poof. You light the pile. Guess what? Ah, that stupid left shift. I want it to be my... Oh no. It's very warm. We're going to test this one more time. There's some ash. We're going to take... Oh, stop. We're going to take the ash. See, I was placing it. I didn't want to place it, but... Okay. Now, we need carving knife, wood scrap, kindling. It doesn't matter that it's damaged out. We're going to drop the ash. Oh, actually, that needs to go in the other one. Okay, we've got... Yeah, we may as well. Carving knife, log, create, kindling. And I'm going to do something a little odd here. I know I don't really need to at the moment, but we're going to go down here to construction material. We're going to make a shaft because I believe I get kindle or wood scrap from shafts as well. Yep. Okay. So combine those. Combine those. The log can go back in here. The shaft is actually, yeah, we'll put the shaft in there for now. Close that. Over here. We're getting dark, so we gotta kind of hurry on this one. We'll drop the ash in here. I'm collecting ash at the moment because I want to get that concrete. And pretty soon we're going to have plenty of it. We don't need the carving knife anymore, so we're going to drop that in there. And we're closing this, closing that. Okay, here we go. Hey, where's my cart? It should be in the entrance. There's a bull standing on it, I think. I know you're a bull, yeah? Are you standing on my cart? You should not be standing on my cart. Unless you pushed it in where I can get it back out. I don't want you standing on my cart. Ah! Doggone it. So yeah, just so you guys know, I will be cheating just a little bit. I will be bringing Alpha over here to get this cart out. Um, because apparently I don't have the ability to do that with this character. So I will do what I can with Alpha to try to get it out of there so it's usable again. And we will not be bringing it back in here until we are able to... Okay, let's put the fire here. Till we are able to flatten that floor out with concrete, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to make a fire and rinse and repeat what we just did out there. We're going to try that again. Poof. Open. Wood scrap. We're going to let it get hot. If this works, then for a little bit, this is the method we're going to be forced to use until we get some charcoal and we can make a steel and flint. With the steel and flint, we can eliminate this whole process. So we're going to let this heat up to where it's getting damage. And then we're going to grab it up and we're going to light the forge. And then we're definitely going to call this one. So you learned something, I learned something. We actually made a charcoal pile, and I'm not going to be doing a video tomorrow because remember tomorrow Saturday it's church day. But I believe Old Bitty Gaming will be, and more than likely she's probably going to be mentioning that we made a charcoal pile. There we go. Pull that out. Light the forge. Kindling contains too little material. What are you talking about? Open. You're killing me. Combine. Put that back in the campfire for a second. It doesn't contain too little material now. There we go. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Oh, better yet, um, we can't. Are you kidding me? You can't snuff a campfire? I could have swore you could snuff a campfire. Maybe it's just not letting me. Let's. There. Wow. Apparently you can't snuff a campfire. Can you snuff a forge? I'm pretty sure you can. It's not letting me snuff the forge either. Weird. Okay. Anyway, we now have that. Wow. That's a zinc wall. That's actually kind of cool. The way that that glistens like that. But now we can see, well, it's not so great back here. But at least it's a little bit of light. What was the quality level of these? 1. Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Yep. All these are 1. Stone bricks, yeah. Okay, never mind. But we can use those to build a oven at some point. We're going to have to reinforce these floors because this is just terrible. But now you've seen we can actually do this. So we are going to put, we're going to open this one up, and we're going to put this and this in here. We do have wood scraps in here. Yes, we actually have enough in here. Okay. Got enough kindling to start one. Probably not enough to light fire. So our next go round, we'll need to make sure that we bring either bring more kindling in, which we probably will do, or at least bring in the carving knife so that we can turn some of this excess wood scrap into kindling. But that's how we're going to have to start this fire for the moment, and the forge. But there you go. Now you know how to start a forge and a charcoal pit, probably an oven and everything else if you don't have flint and steel. You use the wood scrap and kindling together to make a campfire. You put the wood scrap in the campfire, let it get hot. As soon as it does, you can take it out and use it. Well, give it a minute or a few seconds at least. You can take it out and use it to light the forge or light the oven, or in, hey, we want that ash, or whatever else you're trying to light. My guess is you could probably use it to light a campfire as well. So if I was to put one in here and I wanted a campfire going, um, that had been snuffed out for whatever reason, I'm almost certain I was able to snuff one before, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugged. Who knows? But that's going to be it for today. We're going to go right over here so you guys can have a good look at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But that is going to be it for this one. I am not going to be on tomorrow. If I am, it's going to be super late and probably just doing server maintenance stuff. But no Ironman video tomorrow. Keep in mind, I'm still looking for a few other responses on what path we should take with this character. I am okay with pretty much anything. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Should we go just as an example? These are not the only options, but as an example, should we do tailoring? Should we do carpentry? Should we do blacksmithing? What do you think? Um, Boat building? Should we be a cook? I don't know. Um, but let me know which path you think we should go. And that's, once I make my decision either on Sunday or Monday, I will announce that and we will go from there. Either way, regardless of which decision we make, we're still going to build a boat. We still need to do some hot food cooking. We still need to do tailoring, carpentry, blacksmithing. So, regardless of what ultimately gets decided, we're still going to be forced to do aspects of each thing. So don't think that a certain area is going to be left out per se. Um, but I'm interested to know what you guys think might be a good option. Um, but that's going to be it for me for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me get my software back up. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.